Launching the London Recovery Coaching Campus. Those of you that don't know me, my name is David Collins, but you most probably do know me because that's what it says in my Facebook profile. Okay, clear my throat, be sensible here, David, be professional. Rian's going to kill me. Yes, less ums. So whenever doing a live, I must stop the ums. It's not so easy, but let's go. So I've been out of I haven't really been going live for a long time on Facebook. I've been taking a time out to focus on myself down here in London. I've been back in London now for 3.5 years since I left Johannesburg, really after the death of my father. And I came over here and I did some work with the police, and I just thought it's time for me to come back to the UK. So I've been here in Wandsworth for 3 years now, 3.5 years now. And yes, building recovery capital here in Wandsworth. And I created a company called the Ubuntu Academy of Coaching, KIC, here in the UK, a community interest company. But nobody really understands what the word Ubuntu means. So I've changed it now to where we go? Yeah, London Recovery Coaching Campus, which is held in the Ubuntu Academy of Coaching, KIC. Now, a KIC is a community interest company. And the community interest company is run like a company, but its shareholders are the community. So the people that the CEO needs to be accountable to are the community. And that really sits well with the Ubuntu Addiction Community Trust, which started back in 13th of November 2008. That's when we got the original stamp, which was quite a coincidence because that's my original clean time birthday. Um, so yeah, 29 years on, being in this field with its ups and downs, Jack has just had his second child. Well, Louise had the child, little Elizabeth, Lily. And so there's Benji and Lily, and Louise is Jack's wife. And we're blessed to have two grandchildren. And so that makes me now an elder. So I'm not such a wise elder, but that's a role that I'm taking on now. And elders in the village come together, they share their wisdom, and they help bring community. They're not so driven by, you know, hunting, by acquiring. It's more like, okay, well, let's sit back. I've seen it all before. Let's take it from here. So what I'm trying to do at the campus is we got three things. So we train people, empower individuals to improve treatment outcomes. And over time, we've grown now. And now it's about training organizations to empower the individuals within that organization to go out and improve treatment outcomes. And treatment, we know there's prevention, there's harm reduction, and then there's recovery and resilience. And so, for example, the work we've done in Uganda with Bruno and the Hope Foundation is he started a school there. And he joined us on the 1st of April 2024, and poor bloke. And in August, after sitting with us and doing the peer recovery specialist training, he had a dream. He literally had a dream, and that dream became a calling, and that really touched his kokorozashi, his soul's purpose. And he went out and he's built this school in rural Uganda, and that you could really put under the prevention side of things, preventing teenage pregnancies, bringing education to all genders there. And yeah, it's wonderful to watch that grow. Then I want to talk about Rabson and what he's done at the University of Zambia and collegiate recovery, which is another form of intervention around the education side of things, working with an educational institution to bring mental health support to the campus, supporting students, particularly in their first and second years when students are vulnerable joining the campuses. And then we move to all the LEROs that we have here in the UK, Lived Experience Recovery Organisations. We've been working with Recovery Connections for 10 years in Middlesbrough, and it's wonderful to see how that community has grown and grown and grown and grown. And what's been great about Recovery Connections is they really do meet you where they're at. And so they've been working with homeless people, getting them into some stability, getting them into recovery, getting them detoxed, and then once they're stable, supporting getting people into treatment, I mean, into employment. And as that's happened and all these social enterprises are growing, it's really impacted the town. And it's absolutely wonderful to see how the spirit of Ubuntu under the UK lens, you can actually see it happening. And this has a great economic impact for the community. And Middlesbrough was really run down community in the north of England, and the work that Recovery Connections has done has expanded around the north of England. And that's a real testimony to Dot and her leadership and the real tenacity of leadership just to kind of keep going, to believe in something. She's really developed a culture and a set of values there that gets everyone around aligned to the values, and then that organization with all those individuals, the organization is empowered to go out and address some of the social ills that are faced in society. What we've done over here is really with Maoni. Where's Maoni? There's the Maoni logo. So if we go from train, empower, treat, that's Foundation Clinic. I'll go to that later. But Maoni, under the leadership of Paula, is really our commercial operation to bring in sustainability. And the commercial side of it, the business side of it, really faces all sorts of ethical challenges. And as far as I can see in all the organizations I've looked at around the world, and you mustn't understand, I've gone from New Zealand, Australia, Hong Kong, India, Italy, the Netherlands, Botswana, South Africa, the UK, and the US. And I've got a very good lens of first world, second world, third world treatment. By far, the Netherlands is the one that stands out the most in the sense of legislation and policies by the government and the insurance companies, and the structure of that is by far the most ethical and safe. So it makes sense for us because it really aligns with our Ubuntu values that everyone must benefit from recovery. Everyone must benefit from a culture of resilience. So to create a commercial entity there that has a commercial responsibility makes sense. And really what we're doing there is we're taking the wisdom of the Foundation Clinic and the 25 years of institutional knowledge there and taking that and combining that with technology into the virtual world, and we're using tech and AI to really go and create recovery capital to more and more people out there. And so, really, what we want to do is take people that have lived experience of some sort of lived experience and to go on an education path, on a training path, where they can go out into the world and show up as professionals, show up and address some of the social ills that we have by essentially rebuilding communities. And we've created a training path for that. Now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there is can call themselves a peer recovery specialist or a recovery coach. There's a lot of there's getting a lot of attention at the moment, and that's great. But what we want to do is just kind of separate ourselves in the sense of this is what we're doing, this is our strategy, this is our code of conduct, our ethics, this is the way that we operate here. This is how we spend your money. This is how it gets distributed. It's very transparent. The governance side of things is really, we want to be really open. And the reason we want to do that is a lot of people with mental health issues, when they come in for treatment, there's a lot of mistrust. You people are just in it for the money, blah, blah, blah. You want to keep me sick, keep me in treatment. And while that behavior does happen, it's not something that we do in our organization. It really is frowned upon. So not only with our own treatment partners, but also the professionals that we work with. So we're really building an ecosystem here, an ecosystem where all the professionals and families and patients and students are all coming together in a global container where we educate people, empower individuals, and to improve treatment outcomes. We just the circle is getting bigger as we go out there. And really at the center of it is leadership. And leadership for me and for other people is like, how can you take personal responsibility for yourself? How can you take leadership for yourself and the many different roles that you have in your life? So leadership and management is the other side of it. How can you manage yourself and the life that you want to live, and the communities that you come from? So yeah, this is the short little video. If you want to get onto our platforms and join, start the training path as an individual or as an organization, you can do that by going to Mauni, Mauni, teachable.com. And once you register there, you can download the self-study content and go through that content either on an iPhone or an Android phone. And yep, at the end of the online content, there's a certificate to prove that you've gone through it. And if people want to go on to certification, they're welcome to sign up and go on to certification, where they'll join one of our online classrooms. There'll be the theory and then the practical side of things, and people will be individually assessed and taken through the process either by Leanne or Nikki at the moment, and we have more facilitators around the world. So that's the facilitators out there will create this workforce that we have that really goes from a peer recovery specialist to a recovery coach to a systemic wellness practitioner to a case manager to a facilitator and a trainer. And that's the training path. And we have this ecosystem where all the various professionals can come in. So when it comes to case management, we put together a multidisciplinary team, which will be led by a psychiatrist or a relevant professional who will oversee the complexities of that case. And that's really where the treatment side comes into things and that into play. And so the multidisciplinary team will be working on the seen from the same song sheet. They'll be moving in a direction that supports the outcome for the client and the family and the community. So we understand now that addiction is a process, recovery is a process, it has its ups and downs. And ultimately, what we need to do is really skill up the community now to receive people and to hold people and to support people wherever they are on the journey. And that means bringing in all the relevant role players. So, yeah, our next step is to finalize the degree that we're offering in recovery coaching through the University of Zambia and various other academic institutions around the world. We've got the top academics on board supporting us. We're listening to them and to the evidence around that. We're embracing technology and we are meeting our clients where they're at. We're adjusting to the changes that are happening in the world, particularly with AI. And most important, we're supporting the communities and families that we care for and love. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the update. My own personal mental health has improved a lot since last year. And that's really because I reached out and accepted the help that was offered to me. And I'm very, very grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the community and the people that I work with, my colleagues and everyone around me. I'm deeply humbled and very, very, very blessed. So I'm filled with gratitude and yeah, love to see you in the campus. Take care. Lots of love, everybody. Stop live stream.